There's a moment that keeps replaying in my head. You're standing there trying to explain how something made you feel, and they look at you and say, "That never happened." And suddenly, everything inside you freezes. You start scanning your memory, your words slow down, your confidence slips. Not because you're lying, but because you're wondering if you're wrong. That's how it starts, not with shouting. Not with insults, but with doubt. I used to think emotional abuse looked dramatic. Raised voices, slammed doors. But this was quiet. It was the constant second-guessing. The way every conversation ended with me apologizing. The way I'd walk away feeling heavy, confused, drained, and still somehow guilty. I stopped trusting my reactions. If I felt hurt, I told myself I was too sensitive. If something felt off, I assumed I misunderstood. Friends would say, "Just leave." But they didn't see what I saw, the apologies, the affection, the moments that made me think, maybe I'm overreacting. At night, my mind wouldn't shut up. I'd replay conversations word by word, trying to figure out where I went wrong. And the scariest part, I wasn't asking, why did they do this? I was asking, what's wrong with me? That's what gaslighting does. It doesn't break you all at once. It slowly disconnects you from your own instincts. You stop trusting your memory, your emotions, your judgment, until reality feels slippery, like you can't hold on to it anymore. I tried everything: journaling, talking to friends, watching videos about narcissism. Some things helped, but the confusion always came back. Because emotions don't need advice, they need clarity. And I didn't need someone to tell me how to feel. I needed to know what was actually happening. The turning point wasn't dramatic. No big fight. No final argument. It was the first time I saw my situation explained. Without emotion, without blame, without confusion, just patterns. Names for behaviors I thought were random. Proof that my reactions made sense. That moment didn't fix everything, but it stopped the spiral. That's when I realized something important. Healing doesn't always start with strength. Sometimes it starts with validation. With someone or something saying, "You're not imagining this." That's why tools like Narcify exist. Not to tell you what to do, not to replace therapy, but to give you something most survivors never get: an objective mirror. You describe what happened, and instead of emotions, you get clarity. No guessing. No self-blame. Just understanding. And once the fog lifts, everything changes. You stop explaining yourself so much. You stop apologizing for existing. You start trusting that quiet voice inside again. If you're watching this and feeling that tightness in your chest, if parts of this feel uncomfortably familiar, just know this: you're not broken, you're not weak, and you're definitely not crazy. Sometimes you were just manipulated. And clarity is the first step back to yourself.